Doja Cat, DaBaby, Lil Nas X. What do all these artists have in common? They've all seen huge surges in popularity from having their songs blow up on TikTok. With viral dances and trends propelling songs to the top of the charts not just on TikTok, but on Spotify and Billboard, artists are trying now more than ever to get their songs to go big on TikTok. Which is why 2 months ago, I came up with a plan to create not just any song, but the perfect song for TikTok. A song that would take every element that makes songs popular on TikTok and combine them all into one perfect song for TikTok and disguise myself as a fake artist to release it. Will the song blow up just as I suspected? Or will it all blow up in my face, ending in ridicule for making an abomination of music, a Frankenstein's monster of pop culture? This is the story of how I created the perfect song for TikTok. What's up, Greg, and welcome back to another episode of An Attempt. That's right, I'm gonna be making an attempt. I don't know if it's gonna work out, but we're gonna see. Guys, I wanna make a TikTok song, okay? That's not a song called TikTok, it's not a song about TikTok, it's a song for TikTok. Over the past couple years, countless artists have blown up on TikTok. And guess what? Daddy wants some of that clout. But now I'm wondering, is it possible to force a song to blow up on TikTok? That is what I'm going to find out today, or however long this takes me. Probably longer than a day. Because honestly, I've noticed that a lot of popular TikTok songs have some very similar things about them that make them so good for TikTok. Things like deliberately specific dancing instructions make them perfect for people like Charli D'Amelio and Addison Rae. One line of a song that can be interpreted a million different ways, so a bunch of people can make a TikTok with the same song but have a slightly different joke to it. I'm going to create the perfect song for TikTok. A song that has no choice but to blow up. A song that the biggest TikTokers in the world will be lining up to make TikToks with. Thus making the song one of the most popular sounds on TikTok, thus making it popular on Spotify, thus giving Daddy that clout. And I am saying this very confidently, knowing damn well that I have no idea if this is gonna work. In fact, the funny thing about this is I actually tried to make this video like 6 months ago in February, and I sort of got stuck because it was too hard, and I sort of forgot about it and gave up. But I think this time I got it. All right, so how many videos would you think I would need to be viral on TikTok? I guess that's what we have to figure out first. Like, what am I aiming for here? After looking at a bunch of songs in TikTok's own TikTok viral list, it seemed like the songs that go viral on TikTok had a huge range of the number of videos that they have, with some even going up to the multiple millions of videos. But the very lowest that I could find had around 69,000 videos. So I figured a good baseline for like the most baby, little, tiny viral song would be about 50,000 videos. So that's what I decided to go with. Let's say 50,000. I feel like that's still a pretty lofty goal, and I feel like I would be pretty darn impressed if I got 50,000 videos for my song on TikTok. And we might not reach the goal, but you know what they say. Shoot for the moon, and if you miss, at least you'll land among the stars. Or suffocate in space, I suppose. The first thing I actually had to do was write the song. Back in February, when my sorry ass tried to make this video the first time, I reached out to a few popular TikTok creators for some advice, and to see if they thought this was even possible. The results were mixed. Do you think that that could work?
Oh my god, that would work. So you got this.
I think that definitely could work.
I don't know.
Maybe. With your audience and following, possibly.
Nevertheless, they all had some pretty valuable insight about what makes a song popular on TikTok that would be absolutely crucial going forward.
You just need something that you can dance to, especially like stuff that says like, throw that ass back.
Keywords, ass, butt, throw it back. Throw it back. You need a dance to go along with it.
TikTok dances are the same dance, just in a randomized format.
So maybe if I made a song that was like the lyrics are just like a string of dance moves, people would just make a dance to that.
I honestly think that people would use that.
It'll be like the cha-cha slide of TikTok.
Yes!
One line that can be kind of used in a bunch of different ways.
Yeah.
I think a lot of beat drops say something that's kind of like quirky and relatable.
So another thing that I've heard is that like artists who want to blow up on TikTok will pay TikTokers to make songs with their TikToks.
I have at least 6 requests on my Instagram right now. They're like, hey man, can you make a challenge or something to my audio?
You have like 2.3 million followers on TikTok. How many followers do you have on TikTok now?
500,000, somewhere around there.
So I feel like if you made a TikTok with a song, there's like a decent chance that it could like become a trend, right?
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah.
So is that something you would consider doing, like taking payment to make a song or like a TikTok? Huh? Oh. Oh, that's so weird. There's $20 in the background here. Is that something that like you guys would consider if someone was willing to pay you for?
Oh, what is that? Is that a $25 Amazon
What?
gift card?
Oh my god! Is it? Is this like a 3-year-old $25 Amazon gift card?
Hold on, is that a Rainforest Cafe shirt?
Is that for me?
Huh? That's weird. How'd that get there? I don't know. Would you ever consider like if someone had like a bunch of money?
When you say a bunch of money, do you mean $20?
I don't know. It could be 20. Could be, I don't know, more or.
So 40? I'm starting to realize now you might have ulterior motives with this call, but...
Curtis, come on, man. We're friends.
I know, but it's weird. As soon as you started talking about my following and then paying someone to make a video and then you pan to the money on the wall, it's just all... Okay, and now you're agreeing with me? Okay.
But even then, I still felt a little bit lost on where exactly to start. So I looked up the lyrics to all the most popular songs on TikTok, copied and pasted them all into one document, and then used that chunk of text to generate a word cloud. I figured this would be super helpful in writing the song since I didn't know what to write about. Plus, I really like this website. They had lots of cool shapes that you could make your word cloud, like a little cow cloud and a little ladybug cloud. I picked a gecko. Hope you guys like my word cloud. As you can see, I went for a gecko. Not for any practical reason, I just think it looks cool as shit. Especially since the biggest word on the gecko is bitch. Like it's just this gecko that says bitch on it. I think that's pretty tight. So I think there's some general themes that we can extract from this data. We got girls, we got booty, we got shit. Girls, booty, shit. Now that's a winning combination. All in all, I think this gecko is gonna be really crucial in writing this song. I'll be looking to the gecko a lot. If I'm stumped while writing the song, I can just look to the gecko like, what do I wanna talk about next? Booty? Of course. After I'm done shaking my booty, I can get to working and smashing, and that's a hit song. So I began the tedious process of crafting the perfect beat. I worked for days and days, crafting the perfect melody, making the drums slap in just the right way, mixing it until it sounded perfect, and I'm just kidding, I just bought a beat online. It was way easier, and it sounded better than anything I could have made, so that's what I did. Oh yeah. It was a slapper, to be sure. Then I fired up the auto-tune and got to writing. So I suppose the first thing we should do is the chorus, because that's got to be the catchiest part. Now we can try to come up with words for it. So this is like the first line of the song. I feel like in TikTok songs where the beat drops, there should be like an important line. It's gotta be something kind of badass that makes TikTokers want to be like, I'm hot shit. It could also be something funny and self-aware, and maybe people would like that too. What's like a relatable scenario that people would like to make TikToks about? A time that they fucked up, or like were a clown? I'm a fucking clown. Oh yeah, okay, wait, no. It could be kind of cool. Starting off with I'm a fucking clown sounds like it's gonna be a dumb song, but then like, what if it's like, but she wants to join the circus? Then it sounds kind of cool. Like, I'm gonna be a clown, but this girl, she's kind of a freak. She kind of wants to join the circus. Okay, so now I need to figure out something that rhymes with circus. Epidermis. Yeah. This is that dermatologist rap. We're talking about the epidermis now, baby. Curtis. So to maximize my chances of getting this song to be popular on TikTok, I wanted to include something in the song for every type of TikToker. Just absolutely squeeze every genre of TikTok into this one song that I could. Writing the song was a challenge, to say the very least. I was totally out of my comfort zone. I kept getting writer's block. Luckily though, I did have the gecko, which at the very least gave me some solid inspiration. Oh gecko, please tell me what to write next. Maybe I should say hoe at some point in here? Is that endearing? Is that cool? So what if I'm a hoe? You're not perfect either, sweetheart. I got booty, I got smash, I got pow, like pow pow pow. I'm gonna make her butt explode, like pow pow pow. All in all, writing the song took about 2 days. And the trickiest part was making a song that had all of these elements that would make it go popular on TikTok while still making it a cohesive song that like made sense and sounded fun and is catchy, hopefully. Then I just recorded a final version of the vocals and sent it off to a mixing engineer to get the final song sounding perfect. I'm a fucking clown, and you gon' join the circus. Getting that dance that she learned on TikTok, like clap and slide, elbow shake. She ain't tryna throw hands, she just throwing that cake. If your ex try and stop me, he'll be running home to mommy. Hold up, none of this lame shit, dude. I'm trying to rap. Bring the beat back. That's a glow up, what more can I say? All right, I've done it. I've created the perfect TikTok song. A song that will appeal to every side of TikTok. You cannot convince me otherwise. This song is the most TikTokable song possible. But now it's time for me to put my money where my mouth is, because I actually have to get the song to blow up on TikTok, which, you know what? Before I thought that writing the song was the hardest part because it took so long, but now I'm starting to think that this is gonna be really hard, because what are the odds that I'm gonna get my song to blow up on TikTok? That seems almost impossible. How many songs are released every day and how many of them blow up on TikTok? Maybe one, maybe not even one, maybe a half a song. It was pretty difficult seeing any clear path from releasing my first serious attempt at making a viral song to becoming an overnight sensation. But after a lot of plotting, I came up with a few strategies that I'm going to employ that you'll see in a bit. But first, I decided for all these strategies, it would probably be best if I disguised myself. Now you might be asking, why is that necessary, Danny? And also, didn't you already do this in a different video? You disguised yourself? And didn't a bunch of your followers figure out it was you like right away? Well, yeah, all those things are true. But this time is different, and there's a few reasons I think it's important. First of all, I do not want this song on my YouTube channel. I don't want to release this as me at all, because it sounds nothing like anything I would make. I don't want to post this for my followers and be like, hey, this is the type of music I'm gonna be making now. What do you think? Do you like it? It's about being a clown and a hoe and shaking your ass, and honestly, actually, now that I think about it, it does sound like kind of a cool idea for a song. But since I didn't want to release this as me, the only other real option was releasing it anonymously, creating a fake artist identity to release it under. But also, I want this song to blow up because it's so TikTokable. Not because I made it and I already have however many followers and people just want to get in on a song that I made. So in the interest of not posting this on my own social media and making it fair, I gotta make a disguise. How to disguise yourself. All right, we got a WikiHow article. How to disguise yourself. Looking to disappear? Not at all. I'm looking to go viral. Method 1, changing your features. Change your hair. Getting a drastic haircut is the quickest way to look completely different. Wear glasses and sunglasses. Ah, it worked for Clark Kent. Oh yeah, it worked for the superhero in the fictional story. Yeah, everything about that was pretty realistic. I'll do that. Lighten or darken your skin to further confuse people. Probably not gonna do that. Men should consider dressing up or down in age. If you usually dress like a 19-year-old, consider how your father dresses and start taking cues from him. Okay, interesting. Could I try to make myself look like an older gentleman? That might kind of work. Imagine if you're scrolling on TikTok and you see kind of like an older man. That's already like a little bit weird on TikTok. You're kind of taken aback because it's mostly like youth. So then imagine seeing an old man and he's like, hey guys, check out my new fucking track, and it's this absolute banger. Oh shit, how to put together a good disguise according to the CIA. All right, this is gonna have some pro tips, I can already tell. The CIA has a number of ways to change someone's appearance, including full face masks, but simpler ways to completely change the face are dental facades and plumpers, which mask your teeth and even reform the shape of your face. What's a plumper? It can reshape your face? What is a plumper? The act of falling heavily. A plumping. Did people say that? When someone falls down? Whoop, that's a plumper. An object carried in the mouth to fill out the cheeks. Oh, interesting. So it can maybe give my face like a rounder look if I get some plumpers. Can you listen to my song on TikTok? So I headed to Goodwill to pick up some new clothes and start crafting my disguise, and let me tell you what, I was dripping. All right, this is my disguise so far. Camo shorts, of course, with they're like cargo shorts too. They got the cargo shorts pocket. Then I found this shirt that says common loon, and I feel like it describes me pretty well because I am a common loon. Do I look like a different person? I feel like this just looks like I have cotton balls in my mouth.
It just looks like your cheeks are filled out a little bit.
Okay. Now, because I'm not posting this song on my own account like I did with the Zayden thing, I wasn't super worried about people recognizing me since I'm posting this on TikTok with 0 followers. Just random people are gonna be seeing it, not exclusively my followers. And TikTok has 800 million users and I have 4 million subscribers. So I figured even if a few people recognize me, like percentage-wise, it's gonna be so little that it doesn't really matter. So I wasn't gonna get super fancy. I didn't want to deep fake myself, which would take like literal days for each video. I just got some new clothes, some cool sunglasses, and an epic fake goatee made out of real human hair. Oh yeah.
Nice.
I feel like I look like Waluigi. Wow, listen to my song. Okay, that looks kind of real, right?
Yeah.
Throw on the shades.
Oh my god.
I'm a different dude. The disguise definitely started to ease my hesitation about the song a little bit. I was worried the song didn't really feel like me, so the more I started to feel like someone else, the better it felt. Plus, I walked into another room and scared Laura because she thought there was a stranger walking around our house, so I felt pretty good about that. And now it's time to start strategy 1. A more recent song I saw blow up on TikTok was Curtis Waters' song Stunnin'. And the first time I ever heard the song was in a TikTok that he made where he was basically just dancing to the song and asking people to check it out. Over the course of the next couple weeks, the song went absolutely crazy. It became like a huge thing on TikTok, and that carried over to Spotify too, where his song now has over 100 million streams on Spotify. Daddy wants some of that clout. So maybe if I just asked people to listen to my song, they would. So off I went making TikToks where I basically just lip synced, danced a little bit to the song. My editor Christian filmed all of these, and in the end, I had 6 TikToks that I could release strategically throughout the next couple days. All right, so you're probably wondering why there's a baby in the back. Oh yeah, I also bought this baby. Let me explain why. I was a little worried that just asking people to listen to my song wouldn't be enough pizzazz to get people excited about it. But sometimes on TikTok, I see things go viral that are just like pretty normal videos where something weird happens in the background. It makes people want to comment on the weird thing going on in the background. They watch it over and over to see the weird thing going on in the background. All things the TikTok algorithm loves. So I devised a TikTok where I'm dancing to my song and asking people to listen to it in the foreground. But in the background, a baby falls out of a tree. It's the perfect amount of confusing and concerning. How did that baby get in that tree? How did he not notice the baby fall out of the tree? Are there more babies in the tree? All questions I predicted would absolutely flood the comment section of this TikTok. So, long story short, I basically spent 20 minutes throwing a baby doll up into a tree at the park. She's on X Games mode. Oh my god, that's so violent. It's kind of disturbing. Once I got tired of throwing the baby, it was time to get to work. I got the song ready for release and submitted it to Spotify and all the other streaming services, including TikTok. This is where I had to come up with an artist name. I didn't really know what to put for this, but I mentioned foxes twice in the song, so I figured maybe foxes are important to this dude, and I named him Fox Season. I also decided to make his real name Ned Flames, because I had to put that in like the credits of the song, and I just thought that Ned Flames sounded cool, so that's his name. Within a day or two, the song was up on TikTok, and I began methodically posting each of the 6 videos I had filmed.
Stunning in my gray Crocs. She a bad bitch, I'm a stone cold fox. Air Force One with the knee-high socks. Hitting that dance that she learned on TikTok. Like clap and slide.
All right, everyone, phase 1 is complete, and the results are unimpressive. Right now, I've got 11 followers. None of my TikToks have over 20 likes. We got 9 likes, we got 7 likes, we got 13 likes, 12, 19, 9, and that's it. That being said, I do have a couple of fans already. This guy said, I like it. This person says, sounds pretty clean. Is it on Apple Music? I also surprisingly already had some haters, or at the very least, some very confusing interactions. One person said this better be a joke, so I commented back, what do you mean? As in, what do you mean a joke? This is my dream. My name is Ned Flames, and music is my passion. I got another comment from this dude, Giovanni, and the first comment that he left was pretty mean, and I responded to it acting like I didn't know it was supposed to be mean, and then he actually deleted that comment and then followed me, and now comments nice things on my TikToks. He commented, is it on Spotify? He left this comment, which I don't really understand. He said, once more people that like your music see your videos, you'll get more famous. Oh, maybe he meant the more people that like your music see your videos, you'll get more famous. Which is, I mean, objectively true. The more people that like my music, the more famous I will be. Now here's the big rub. This is something that I suspected might happen if my song started to get popular. I did not expect it to happen with only like 11 followers and 70 likes on my page. But a couple of people, exactly one couple of people, 2 people, have recognized that it is me. One person said, sounds like Danny Gonzalez, and another person said, is that Danny Gonzalez? And then commented again on a different TikTok and said, that's Danny Gonzalez, I know it. But with all that being said, I am still failing this experiment. So it's time to move on to plan B. Now it was time for people to really see how good this song is for TikTok. So I'm gonna milk it for every possible TikTok I can make with it. But since I didn't want to go to the park every time I wanted to shoot TikToks, I decided to get some more clothes, go to Walmart and get some posters, and turn our guest bedroom into Ned Flames' bedroom. Okay. What would make this look more like a young single man's room? Guitar. I added chords on the floor for realism, trash on the TV stand, and boom. It was perfect. Right before my eyes, Ned Flames was starting to become a real person. A person with hobbies, guitar, passions, with dreams. Anyway, I made some more TikToks.
Air Force One with the knee high socks. Get in that dance that you learned on TikTok. Like clap and slide, elbow shake. Like clap and slide, elbow shake. Clap and slide, elbow shake.
And check them out, they're pretty good. First, I just danced to the song like 6 times. That way I could release one every day, being like dancing to my song every day until it becomes a trend on TikTok. Then I did a POV.
Those Barbies, they walk around like zombies. I put a ring on it, and if you ex try and stop me, he'll be running home to mommy.
I did a glow up where I took pictures of me from when I was younger and edited goatees onto them so I would look like Ned Flames, and then all of a sudden, boom. I'm hot.
That's a glow up, what more can I say?
And of course, I had to do a video using the I'm a fucking clown line. So I headed to McDonald's and made a video where I pretended to get the police called on me for scaring the McDonald's employees.
I'm a fucking clown.
I did not actually scare any McDonald's employees. That whole thing was not real. I did get the Travis Scott burger though. It was just okay. All right, things are getting a little bit crazy. So the good news is my TikToks are really taking off. I have 486 followers. Some of my TikToks have like 4,000 or 5,000 views. Yeah, look at 4,300 views, 4,800 views. The bad news is that it's entirely because people have found out that it's me. For some reason, even though before it was only like 1 out of every 100 people recognized me, now it's like 1 out of every 3 people. So like all my comments are just blowing up of people being like, hey Danny, we know it's you, Danny. Danny, I have caught you in your lie. This was a pretty crazy development. TikTok started off just showing my videos to random people, just like whoever happened to be on the app at the time. But after a while, it seemed like TikTok's algorithm started to realize that most of the people interacting with my TikToks all had one similar interest, and that interest was me. My whole plan kind of assumed that the people who would be seeing these TikToks would just be random people who didn't know who I was, so they wouldn't look too much into the disguise, even if it looked a little bit fake. But at this point, TikTok, it seemed, was exclusively showing my videos to people who already followed me. It was so good at recognizing this pattern, in fact, that a few people sent me screenshots where if you go to the like suggested accounts under Ned Flames, it would show my account first. For a second, I thought that my shot of becoming a viral sensation was over. But just then I realized, wait, it doesn't matter. In fact, it actually seemed to be helping a lot. Because so many people were recognizing me due to either my voice or my ill-conceived disguise, people were commenting on my videos, sharing them, tagging people, clicking on my profile to see more. Even the Chicago Bulls mascot was getting in on the action, that nasty little freak. While people were interacting with my TikToks, thinking that they were putting a stop to my unhinged delusions, they were actually fueling them, causing them to show up on more and more people's For You page. And so they did. But there was still one problem. I was having trouble converting people from commenting on my videos to making videos with the song. It seems like all people want to do is comment. They want to comment because they want me to see the comment and they want me to put it in this video, but no one is making TikToks with the song. That's the whole point. I want people to make TikToks with it. I shouldn't say that. A few people have. There's 13 TikToks that I didn't make using this song. And they are people doing the dance. Like this one says, duetting this song every day until my boy Ned Flames gets famous. So that's pretty tight. This kid has made like 3 of them, which I appreciate. I feel like people right now think that this is just a video about me trying to disguise myself on TikTok, and they want to get in the video, so they're commenting. But what they don't understand is, if they do a TikTok with the song, there's a much better chance that they'll be in the video. I think the way to do this is to get back in my disguise and start duetting people who make videos with the song. That will tell people, hey, you gotta make a TikTok. So that's my plan now. I'm just gonna start duetting people who make TikToks with the song. Hopefully that'll bump up that number from 25 to 50,000. Yep. While I was cranking out these duets, I received a notification that made me stop in my tracks. It was a comment from a verified account, one with 1.9 million followers in fact, and he said he was really glad that I wasn't Danny Gonzalez. And after I responded asking him if he liked my song, he said he was gonna duet it. This was my biggest break yet. An account with millions of followers was making a TikTok with my song. I was shaking, foaming at the mouth even, but I couldn't break character. I had to keep my cool. I responded, Okay, that sounds good. And just like that, a few minutes later, he posted his duet. And sure, he did directly call me out as being Danny Gonzalez in the duet, but I had a plan for that too. I duetted his TikTok and covered up his text with some of my own. Right after that, things went crazy. TikTok's algorithm kicked it into high gear, dude, and my TikToks went from having a couple thousand views to 10,000, 100,000, 200,000, a million views. The most popular of them all became the glow up TikTok. Since I was using pictures of myself when I was younger, I wasn't disguised at all, except for the fake goatee. And that combined with my completely undisguised voice made it painfully obvious it was me. But to be honest, that didn't really matter to me, because people were making TikToks with the song, and what more could I really ask for? And sure, a lot of them were just to get my attention or in hopes of being in this video, but some of them weren't. A lot of them were like good original TikToks that got a decent amount of likes and didn't have any reference to me at all. This one's sitting at 18K, 29K, 65,000 likes. Now, to be honest, I don't know if any of these people recognized me or knew that this song was mine and were just doing it to be in the video, or if they just thought it was a sound that they saw other people using. We may never really know, to be sure. But I would bet that a good chunk of the people who saw these TikToks have no idea who I am, and probably just saw these TikToks thinking, oh, this must just be some popular sound that people are using now. And maybe that inspired them to make videos with it. Also, my POV TikTok got removed for violating community guidelines. I guess threatening to stab your ex's boyfriend is frowned upon on TikTok. And also, no one ever really seemed to care about the baby falling out of the tree. I put a lot of effort into that, and no one ever talked about that, except this one comment that thought it was a rotisserie chicken. Anyway, the sound kept rising and rising until eventually it plateaued around 1,600 videos, which is pretty good. But it still isn't 50,000, so it's time to move on to strategy number 3. Yeah, that's right, bitch. I paid people to use my song. At this point, the algorithm had kind of stopped pushing my account, so I had to take things back into my own hands. I had my management reach out to a ton of TikTok creators saying that they're working with this new up-and-coming artist Fox season. And before I knew it, I had a handful of unassuming TikTok content creators looking for some of that sweet, sweet cash. And all they had to do was post a TikTok using my song. So, was it worth the $2,500 that I ended up spending on this? Honestly, no. All right, all the TikToks that I paid for are posted. In total, I paid for 5 TikToks from a variety of TikTok content creators. Here's a quick breakdown of how that went. There's this girl that posts dance videos in an inflatable hippo costume. She has 400,000 followers. The video that she posted only got 1,500 likes. Then there's Alley Cat, who has 6.9 million followers. She used the "I'm a clown" line in the song to make a joke about burning a pizza. Her video got 8,000 likes. Nick Norcia has 190,000 followers. He even put on clown makeup. His video got 7,000 likes. Love Brandy Marie has 200,000 followers. She did the dance. She got 1,000 likes. And then this girl, Mac, MJ Grimsley, has 1.1 million followers and came in clutch and got 90,000 likes on her TikTok. She used the "I'm a clown" portion. With that being said though, since I started paying people on TikTok to make videos with my sound, I've only seen the number of videos for this sound go up by like maybe 100. I feel like even less. It had 1,600 something before I started paying people, and now it has 1,700 something. So all in all, pretty disappointed with the results. But with all that being said, there is still one strategy that I have not taken advantage of yet. And it's something that I didn't want to do from the very beginning, unless it was like a last resort situation. But it is currently a last resort situation. The only option I had left at this point was to come clean. So I posted a TikTok basically owning up to the whole thing on my TikTok account, which has about 1.5 million followers, in hopes that at least a couple more people would make TikToks with the sound. I'm a fucking clown, and you gon' join the circus. So now here we are, at the end of this experiment. I am about to find out right now how many videos total have been made with this song. I could go on and keep trying to get the song to catch on. I could pay more people, try other options, but honestly, I've been working on this video for 2 months now. I am very ready to be done with it. And now for the moment of truth. My song on TikTok, the most TikTokable song that I think could possibly exist, a song destined to go viral and propel me to the top of the charts, currently has 1,835 videos. And honestly, that's still kind of a lot. Like, that is almost 2,000 videos. If you just think about that without the perspective of 50,000, that's pretty impressive. Maybe I shouldn't have said 50,000 at the beginning of this video, because that makes it seem way less impressive. But picture 2,000 people. Like, that's a lot. Granted, I do think a lot of people that made videos just did it because they wanted to be in this video. So if you did, congrats. And while I didn't hit 50,000 videos, my Fox Season account did hit 94,000 followers. So Fox Season's kind of popping off. So what did we learn from this experiment? What are the takeaways? Well, I suppose at the end of the day, you can try to cram a bunch of TikTokable things into a song, spit it over a beat, but that's not gonna make it a good song, you know? And that's not gonna make it go viral. Except for sometimes when it does. If I could go back and do it again, maybe I would change things. Maybe I would just post it on my own account and not have to worry about the whole disguise thing. If anything, I think this video is a testament to how good the TikTok algorithm is at delivering the right content to the right people. It took TikTok like 2 days to figure out that I was Ned Flames. Like before the vast majority of people did, TikTok's algorithm did and started showing all of my followers Ned Flames videos. One thing is for absolute certain though. I'm not gonna disguise myself anymore. I'm done doing that. I get caught every time. I am not good at it, and it cannot be done. My face is too distinct, my voice is too distinct. I get it, I will not disguise myself anymore. Or maybe I will, I don't know. Shit, maybe I will. Maybe I'm gonna do it again. You know what? No, fuck that. I'm gonna do it again. If I do, and when I do, it's gonna be so good that no one will recognize me. Mark my words. If I ever make a video like this again where I disguise myself, no one will recognize me. Not one person. And I will bet money on it, okay? So good luck ever trying to find out a disguise from me again, because if I do, ho 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 ho. Ho 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 ho. You're not gonna figure it out. Anyway, with that being said, it's now time to talk about our sponsor, Upstart. There's been a lot of economic uncertainty lately with families and young people not sure when their next paycheck is gonna come, how long their job is gonna last, and it's led to a lot of folks having their financial situation complicated even more by high interest credit cards, and more specifically, high interest credit card debt. And if that sounds like you, then now is the time to find out how low your Upstart rate can be to help pay off your high interest credit card debt. Unlike other lenders, Upstart can reward you based on your education, your job history in the form of a smarter rate. With Upstart, you can skip going to the bank because they're completely online, and they offer loans anywhere from $1,000 to $50,000. So you can consolidate your debt into one easy fixed rate payment. Upstart makes it fast and simple to check your rate. Since it's just a soft pull, it doesn't affect your credit score. The hard pull actually ends up happening when you accept your rate, so it won't actually affect your credit score if you decide not to go with it. And probably the best part is if your loan gets approved and accepted, most people get their funds within the next business day. Over 400,000 people have used Upstart to pay off their credit cards or meet other financial goals. So if you, like many others, want to see why Upstart has a 4.9 out of 5 rating on Trustpilot, then head on over to upstart.com/Danny Gonzalez to see how low your Upstart rate can be. And checking your rates only takes a few minutes. Your loan amount will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application. Not all applicants will qualify for the full amount. All right, thank you to Upstart for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you guys for checking out Upstart. When you guys check out my sponsors, it helps me get more in the future, so if you think there's a chance that Upstart can help you out, check it out. It helps them, it helps me, and it helps you. So it's a win-win-win. All right, well, here I am in front of a blank green screen. All right, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I have been working on it for 2 months, so I'm definitely excited to finish it. I know I don't do videos like this too often, but I really like branching out and doing other types of stuff. So if you like this video, let me know. Thanks for all the support. You guys are the best. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I think I already said that, so I'm gonna end the video now. Bye. I'm a fucking clown, and you gon' join the